So, talking about karma, and I have particularly thought of a few topics which I believe you people will like a lot related to dharma and all that we will cover, though it is based on the Hindu dharma primarily. But I see two things are there. This have to be universally applicable, first point. Okay, have to be.
Sir, एक question है from the last class.
Uh-huh.
Sir, one thing is that if there is no any influence of any graha on the lagna, then how
Uh-huh.
we will see? And second question is that, okay, we talk about the universal dharma, right? What we talk
Uh-huh.
about last class. But what
Uh-huh.
about the like people have, Sikhism, Islam, and Buddhism? How to
Mhm.
see that person is following, where he born that kind of dharma? Is it
Hmm.
if we differentiate both?
No influence of
And
lagna with respect to that.
सर वो लास्ट क्लास में हम कर रहे थे ना कि लगन में अगर वो उसको कि वो क्षत्रिय है
Uh-huh.
जौन सा ग्रह है वो ऐसे हम कर रहे थे ना
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Good. हाँ तो the varn of the person should be decided by planet influencing the lagna. If there is no planet influencing the lagna, in that case, lagna lord should be taken. And you will keep in mind that exalted condition of any planet will give a higher tendency. Right? This Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and other things we were doing, I believe. The concept is that you should go with most powerful planet in Shadabal. So it is this way. See, we'll cover this point again. I think this will be covered. And Buddhist, etc., dharma. So I should be teaching the basics of all the dharmas to you. Right. So Buddhism, Sikhism, etc. Also, if you go by the dharmic rules and regulations of Buddhism, Sikhism, Islam, Christianity for that matter, there are a few things which is told in their religion which the people should be following. This is sect to sect, religion to religion based. Now this dharma overall comes from ninth house. Because dharma comes from the ninth house, if the ninth house is afflicted, ninth lord is not good and all, it does indicate that person is not following the dharma. This dharma, I believe, is the universal dharma, which is well signified in Hinduism. As in, violence to people, etc., should not be done, which more or less every dharma follows. One point. The dharma that comes from the tradition or lineage based on where the person is born in, that should come from 10th house, 10th lord and sun. If this is afflicted, then you should understand that the person is not following the dharma that he is born in. This way we should understand, and then based on the basic tenets of the religion, that dharma we should follow. One should follow. And because Ramit ji have reminded it, and this is a very legitimate question which I have not thought about it before. So what I will do is that by the end of this session in Hindu Dharma, I will also tell you the basic of Buddhism, Sikhism, and other major dharmas that are there, so that you also know that what is essential for them to follow, and you can give an advice accordingly. This I will cover. The Buddhism, Sikhism, Islam, Christianity, etc. Though based on the interpretations, based on the place, differentiations can be there, but what the main person taught in the religion will be the same. So this we will cover after we have covered the Hindu Dharma, because certainly varied clients you can have. Okay. With respect to the path that needs to be followed, see, Hinduism distinguishes the dharma into normal dharma, This is known as Samanya Dharma, normal Dharma. This everyone should follow. This first comes in Rigveda by the name of Rita. Rita, right? This way it should be written. Rita. Rit basically means goodness. Goodness towards the world and goodness towards the society, which should be the approach of the person, as in person should do, think, worry only into those things which is good for the society and community at large. If this is not being followed, then the person is termed as Asur, which means demon, but basically means the one who is not following the path of the Sur or God or high people for that matter. And thus such person should be condemned, punished, and all sort of things. This the native is not following should be seen with respect to Lagna and fifth house. This, when it comes by the time of Upanishad, takes two thoughts. Okay, I'm explaining it in nutshell right now. We will do a elaborate discussions on this over the time. Okay. So Rigveda is only Rit, right? Rigveda do not goes by the concept of Dharma. Other Vedas and Upanishads, etc., go by the concept of Dharma. Lagna is internal quality. Internal quality as in every person should be truth speaking. Internal quality. Every person should be faithful. Internal quality. They should think of their upliftment. It is all internal quality which comes from the Lagna. Lagna Lord is afflicted. This internal quality is not in the native. So basic Dharma fails here. Then fifth house, there is another type of Dharma which later on comes into. See, understand, Vedas is there, which talks about all the concept. Brahman, Aranyaka, these concepts are not much discussed. Religious worship, etc. is discussed. Then comes Upanishad. Upanishad talks a lot about these things because Upanishad is knowledge only. And after that comes the Itihas, right? Ramayana, Mahabharata, etc. In the end comes Puranas and the 5 philosophies that have developed Samkhya, etc. They have also developed somewhere after Upanishad and before Itihas, Mahabharata, etc. is what I believe. So in this there is Yoga Darshan, there is Yam, Niyam, Pranayam, and Niyam includes something known as Asateya and Parigraha. So Asateya means theft and Parigraha means greed. Theft and greed is not good, but why theft is not good? Though it is not told as theft, it is told that not taking things without permission. This is good for the society, in fact, right? And this comes from the intelligence. This should be seen from fifth house, intelligence. The point here is that if the Lagna is not good, if the Lagna is afflicted, then the soul do not have the internal quality. And when the soul do not have the internal quality, the soul will be born as lower being. What we have done in Bhagavad Gita, Trinvat, Castevat, Lostvat, etc., right? Lower and lower being in the next and next lifetimes, right? So the person will be born as Brahmin. If does bad karma, then Kshatriya. If more bad karma, then Vaishya. If more bad karma, then Shudra. Then further bad, further bad, further bad. The Shastras divide the castes into 41 types. So see, Brahmin can get married to Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra. So all the 4 classes can get married to 3 other classes, which will create a problem, right? So 4 multiplied by 3. This will give you a total of 12 variations. Now these people who are born of these 12 variations, they can get married to each other, right? For example, if a Kshatriya produces a child with a Vaishya, the child is known as Ambast. Now this Ambast child can also get married to a Brahman or anyone. In that scenario, right, they will produce another child which will be of another category. So these 12 type of people once again can get married to 4 type of people, making a total of 48 type of class, of which 41 types are highly recognized. So we will also see that what is the genealogy of the person. which may not meet with the real genealogy. The person can be a Brahmin altogether by birth or by family, but the soul can be of some other type, right? Soul can be of Chandala type or Pulastha type or some other type, which does indicate that in past life the person have done such karma. So the soul is of the same category, right? A Brahmin person can also have a Vaishya soul into it, right? Though soul is not a good word, Vaishya manas I should use, right? But soul I am using for the ease of it. This point is extremely clear. So first of all, starting from Rigveda, what Rigveda tells you that the truth and the lie are in competition, and whichever is supported by more people, it will win. That is the particular reason you see the suffering in Kali Yuga. Most people are standing with lie, so now lie is winning, truth is not winning. Rigveda gives you the answer, right? There are some people who protect the truth, which is known as Riju in Rigveda, and destroy the lie, which is known as Asatya in Rigveda. These people are God, right? This is the basic concept of Dharma in Rigveda. There is a religion which is Parsi religion. I always say that the Parsis are the Hindus who strictly follow the Zoroastrian. They are called Zoroastrians because they follow a sage which is known as Zoroaster. This Zoroaster have written a book which goes by the name of Ahura Mazda. This Ahura Mazda is very similar to Rigveda. This Ahura Mazda is very similar to Rigveda. This is written by Zoroaster, which Zoroastrians follow. These Zoroastrians are Parsis. And the religion particularly features one thing, that truth and lie is there, truth and untruth is there. Whatever you support, that wins. You have to support the truth, because only when the truth will win, there will be eternal peace in the world, otherwise not, and you have to contribute to the eternal peace. This is the concept in Parsi religion also, right? So that's the basic point. Now what you have to understand here, planets are also into two category, God and demon category. I will explain points at righteous place, right? Though the point will be explored over and over again. Now in this Daiva category, Sun, Moon, Mars, Jupiter are gods. Saturn, Venus, Mercury, Rahu, Ketu are taken as demons. This is setup number 1. Okay. However, if you go in other way, only Rahu, Ketu are taken as demons. Others are not taken as demon. So this is set number 1. But if you go into reality, Sun and Moon are actual gods. Jupiter and Venus are teachers of the gods. By that manner, they are also gods only. But in that scenario, you have to understand that because Venus is the teacher of the demons, he should be a demon, but Venus is in fact a god only. Right? He just supports the demons. Demons were also god. They are born of the same mother Aditi, but because demons don't follow the truth, they became the demon, right? Not follow the Sura, they become Asura. Sura means truth. Right? So what is Riju is the Sura also. And the one who is not follow the Sura is Asura, right? But Sukracharya is a god for that matter as well. Talking of Mercury, Mars, and Saturn, they are the sons of God. Mars being the son of goddess Earth and the deity Vishnu. Saturn being the son of Sun, and Mercury being the son of Moon. So they are sons of the god, not basically God. In that scenario, you can say demigod. And lastly, when it comes to demon, only Rahu and Ketu are actual demons. Or Asura for that matter. Demon is not a good word to use. Asura. Those who are not following the Sura path. This point is extremely clear. Now the basic concept of Rigveda is that one should follow Raju. Raju, that is truth. Riju, that is righteous thing. And who will follow it? God will follow it. Teachers will also follow it to some extent. The children of the God, being demigod, only follow it when needed. Demons never follow it. This is the basic concept of dharma, which comes from the ninth house of the horoscope. So you will analyze the ninth house based on the influence of the type of planet, the list that I have made right now. You will have to see whether one follows the truth or one follows the lie. If one follows the truth, then he is into the God category. And being into the God category, he will get all the results that gods get. Result that gods get is long life, good enjoyment, and all. But those who follow lie will get bad result. That bad result will be short life. Demons are quickly killed by God. Enmity of Vishnu, so no sustenance. And things of enjoyment being fickle. As we must have discussed earlier in the courses also, that the problem with respect to demon is that they do not have much resources. So demons are many, demonesses are very little, so they cannot get married, they cannot have children, they don't have water, they don't have good resources. So problem is happening here. This point is extremely clear. So based on the based on the interpretation or based on a deeper analysis of the ninth house, you understand what is this category of being. If there is no planet, what do? You take aspect. If no aspect, what you do? You take Rashi. You know the point. With respect to pure God, sun and moon, what happens with God is they are always supported by other gods, and owing to this, they are very victorious in life. They have very high enjoyment and all the good things, right? Victorious enjoyment and all. With respect to teacher God, the teacherness of teacher depends only as long as they keep on doing good karma. So people having Jupiter and Venus connected to ninth house, what I have seen is that as long as they keep on doing good karma, they enjoy the result like God, like Jupiter always enjoys. But if they keep on doing bad karma, then they will have the suffering like Venus gets the suffering. You see, Shiva eats Venus, but Shiva always spares the Jupiter, right? Because Jupiter is doing good karma also. For this person, very much is dependent on karma also. Then comes the children of God. Children of God generally follows dharma when needed, not every time. Owing to this, they also have basic things such as enjoyment, etc., but not great things like God, such as always being victorious and all. This is what is the human setup, right? They have some good results related to God, but not other good things related to God. Particularly when Rahu and Ketu are connected to the ninth house, it indicates the asura tendency, where the person is supporting the lie or untruth for that matter. The result of following the lie or untruth is tamas, which leads to delusion, which leads to being killed, which leads to destruction, etc. In that manner, keeping this in mind, ninth house also takes the form of what the 10th house does, telling the future of the native and all. Everyone who is having ninth house influenced by Rahu Ketu, only what I have seen, they generally do bad karmas, do not follow the dharma. For example, the Brahmin that I was talking about, heavy drunkard and all, have Rahu in the ninth house. So despite being born a Brahmin, he is not following the dharma that he should follow, and owing to it, he is suffering. So this you will have to see, right? If Mercury, Saturn, and Mars are situated in the ninth house, then one follows dharma only when in dire need, not always, which is wrong. If they always follow dharma, only then good results will happen to them. Otherwise, they will also succumb to the miseries of humans. Miseries of human as in sometimes you will be victorious, sometimes not. Sometimes you will enjoy, sometimes not. Some things are permanent, some things are not. Life is full of ups and downs. Life is very fickle. With respect to Jupiter, Venus in the 9th house, as long as person keeps on doing good karma, it is good. Otherwise, it is problematic. Sun, Moon in the 9th house, person have a god-like life, so full enjoyment, etc. person is going to have. Right? In this, if they are doing enjoyment for bad things, such as if they become Indra, a god like Indra, then they will be challenged by people, other sages, etc. And they will always be in trouble of losing their power, which they will keep on losing also. But if they continue to do good karma, they will be gods like Vishnu, etc., where their condition will be permanently sustained and they will continue to enjoy. In case of many planets in the 9th house, you should decide from the most powerful planet in the horoscope. This is extremely clear. ठीक है ना? Good. This you should do. First analyze the 9th house, and based on the 9th house, you see what is the concept of this is from Rig Veda, right? So I should call it the astrology of Rig Veda. So if I ever teach you Vedas, these things I am going to teach you. Some glimpses of it I will give you right now, though Veda is a very big corpus. So certainly I will need a 5-year long course to do that. And not that type of 5 years, right? My type of 5 years, a lot of studies. Still basic point I am telling you. Is it clear? No confusion. Okay. Now comes to Yajurveda. Seems like Atharva Veda and Sama Veda only follows the same two concepts, right? So I am taking only special concept, right, which is coming here, right? And to save the, because we have 11 or some classes left in the course, right? So certainly, like I'm trying to keep thing as concise and as exhaustive as possible, right? Yajurveda particularly tells you that don't have lust for others' wealth.